The wind howled like a beast outside my cabin window, whipping snow into a frenzy that blurred the world beyond into a white abyss. I never imagined a routine weekend getaway in the Colorado Rockies would trap me here, cut off from civilization, with the one person I least expected. My enigmatic neighbor from back in Denver, Alex Rivera. As the power flickered and died, leaving us in the dim glow of the fireplace, he turned to me with eyes that held a storm of their own, and whispered, "There's something I've been hiding, Jake. Something that could change everything between us." I paced the creaky wooden floor of the cabin, my boots leaving faint trails of melted snow. The storm had hit without mercy, turning what was supposed to be a solitary retreat into a forced confinement. Alex sat by the hearth, poking at the logs with an iron rod, his broad shoulders tense under his flannel shirt. We'd barely spoken since the roads iced over 3 hours ago, but the silence was thick with unspoken words. Back home, in our upscale Denver suburb, Alex was the guy everyone admired: successful architect, volunteer at the local LGBTQ center, always flashing that disarming smile at block parties. Me? I was Jake Harlan, the quiet software engineer who'd moved in next door 2 years ago, nursing a broken heart from a relationship that ended in betrayal. I'd kept my distance from him, sensing something magnetic yet dangerous in his presence. Now, with no escape, that distance felt like a crumbling wall. "Why here, of all places?" I muttered, more to myself than to him, as I rummaged through the pantry for canned soup. The cabin was mine, inherited from my late grandfather, a place I'd come to clear my head after my ex, Mark, cheated with a coworker. Alex had shown up unannounced earlier that day, claiming his car broke down on the mountain road and he needed shelter. Coincidence? It felt too convenient, but the blizzard left no room for questions. He looked up, his dark eyes reflecting the firelight. Fate has a funny way, doesn't it? I was heading to a site survey up north when the engine quit. "Lucky I remembered you mentioning this place last summer." His voice was smooth, accented faintly from his Mexican-American roots, carrying a warmth that contrasted the chill seeping through the walls. We heated the soup over the fire, sharing a meal in awkward companionship. As the night deepened, conversation trickled out. He asked about my work, coding algorithms for a tech firm, and I deflected, turning the spotlight on him. "You seem to have it all figured out," I said, stirring my bowl. "Perfect job, community hero. What's your secret?" Alex's spoon paused midair. A shadow crossed his face, gone in an instant. "No one's perfect, Jake. We all carry baggage." He set his bowl down, leaning back against the couch. "What about you? After Mark, you vanished from the neighborhood scene." The mention of Mark stung. I'd confided in Alex once, over beers at a barbecue, about how Mark's infidelity had shattered my trust. "I'm done with that drama," I replied curtly. "Relationships are overrated." He nodded, but his gaze lingered. "Sometimes the right person changes that." The words hung there, charged. Was he flirting? I dismissed it. Alex dated women publicly, or so the rumors went. But in our suburb, where conservative families mixed uneasily with progressive ones, assumptions ran wild. I'd heard whispers about him, but never pursued them. As the fire crackled, he shared stories from his youth. Growing up in a strict Catholic family in Texas, rebelling by moving to Denver for college. "They expected me to marry, have kids, the whole American dream," he said softly. "But dreams evolve." I felt a pull and unexpected empathy. My own parents, back in Ohio, had disowned me when I came out at 19. "Family can be the hardest," I admitted. "Mine still sends Christmas cards addressed to the family, like I'm not part of it." Alex's hand brushed mine as he reached for a blanket. "You're not alone in that." The touch was brief, but it ignited something, a spark of connection in the isolation. Outside, the storm raged on, mirroring the turmoil building inside me. By midnight, as we settled on opposite ends of the couch with shared quilts, I wondered if this was just cabin fever or the start of something irreversible. The next morning, sunlight pierced through the frosted windows, but the snowdrifts blocked the door. We were truly trapped. Alex brewed coffee from emergency supplies, his movements efficient, almost domestic. "We might be here a while," he said. "Power's out, no signal. Tell me more about you, why software? You strike me as someone with stories." I hesitated, then opened up. Coding was my escape, a world of logic where emotions didn't betray you. But lately, loneliness crept in. After Mark, I swore off love. Too risky. He sipped his coffee, eyes thoughtful. Risk is what makes it real. Hiding, that's the real trap. His words felt pointed, but I let it slide. We spent the day clearing snow from the porch, our breaths mingling in the crisp air. Laughter came unexpectedly when I slipped, and he caught me, his grip strong and steady. "Careful," he murmured, close enough that I smelled his cologne. Woodsy, inviting. Back inside, tension simmered. Over lunch, he confessed about a failed engagement years ago. She was great, but it wasn't right. My family pushed it. I sensed layers unspoken. What wasn't right? I pressed. Alex looked away. Me. Who I am. The admission hung heavy. Was he coming out? In our community, where church groups still debated gay rights, such revelations could spark backlash. I'd faced it myself, subtle exclusions, judgmental stares. But Alex was a pillar. His secret could topple everything. As evening fell, the storm returned with vengeance. We huddled by the fire, sharing whiskey from my stash. "Jake," he said, voice low, "I've watched you from afar. You're strong but guarded. I get it. I am too." My heart raced. "What are you saying?" He leaned closer. "That maybe this storm is a sign. To stop hiding." His hand found mine again, this time intentional. The touch sent waves through me. Fear, desire, confusion. In that moment, trapped in the cabin, the world outside faded. But secrets have a way of storming back. The revelation lingered like smoke from the dying fire. Alex's hand in mine felt like a lifeline and a threat all at once. I pulled back slightly, my mind reeling. "Alex, what do you mean by hiding?" My voice was steadier than I felt, but inside, a whirlwind churned. We'd known each other peripherally. Waves across lawns, small talk at mailboxes. But this intimacy was uncharted territory. He exhaled deeply, running a hand through his tousled black hair. "I'm gay, Jake. Have been my whole life. But I've buried it deep. For my family, my career, the community." His eyes met mine, vulnerable yet resolute. Coming out would mean losing clients, alienating relatives. In Denver circles, it's progressive on paper, but scratch the surface. I nodded, understanding too well. Our suburb was a microcosm of America. Rainbow flags on some porches, traditional values signs on others. I'd endured slurs at work happy hours, lost friends who couldn't reconcile my identity with their faith. "Why tell me now?" I asked, my pulse quickening. "Because being stuck here with you, it feels like fate forcing my hand." He smiled faintly, but it didn't reach his eyes. "I've admired you since you moved in, your quiet strength after Mark left. It made me question my own cowardice." Admired? The word hit like lightning. I'd noticed him too, his easy confidence, the way he mentored queer youth at the center without claiming the label himself. But assuming he was straight had been my shield. Now that shield cracked. "This changes things," I whispered. We talked through the night, the storm a constant roar outside. Alex shared his struggles. A conservative upbringing where being gay was a sin to pray away. A brief college fling that ended in heartbreak. Years of dating women to fit the mold. "My parents still ask about grandkids," he said bitterly. "They'd disown me." My own story poured out. Coming out young, the family rift, Mark's betrayal that reinforced my walls. "Trust doesn't come easy anymore," I admitted. As dawn broke, the snow eased, but roads remained impassable. We ventured out to chop wood, the physical labor a welcome distraction. Yet, every glance, every brush of shoulders amplified the tension. Back inside, over oatmeal, Alex proposed a game. Truth or dare, to pass time. Truth, I chose first. "Why haven't you dated since Mark?" he asked. I swallowed. Fear of getting hurt again. And maybe waiting for something real. His turn. Dare. I challenged him to sing a song from his youth. He belted out a Spanish lullaby, voice rich and haunting. Laughter followed, easing the heaviness. But when it was my dare, he said, "Let me hold you, just for a minute. No strings." I froze. Society's voices echoed. Warnings about rebounding. About men like Alex who hid in plain sight, potentially dragging others into their closets. But in that cabin, isolated from judgment, I nodded. His arms enveloped me, warm and secure. It was platonic, yet electric. "This feels right," he murmured. Pulling away, doubt crept in. What if this is just the storm talking? Back home, you'd go back to pretending. His face hardened. "I'm tired of pretending. But it's not that simple. My job, architecture firms here are old school. One wrong word, and contracts vanish." The conflict gnawed at me. I wanted to believe him, but memories of Mark's lies resurfaced. That afternoon, as we repaired a leaky window, an argument erupted. "You're asking me to risk my heart on someone who's not out?" I snapped. Alex's eyes flashed. "And you're judging me for surviving? Not everyone has your courage, Jake." The word stung, highlighting our divide. He stormed to the bedroom, slamming the door. Alone by the fire, I wrestled with empathy and self-protection. Hours later, he emerged, apologetic. "I didn't mean to lash out. This is new for me too." We reconciled over dinner, but the seed of discord was planted. As night fell, sharing the couch again, his proximity stirred unspoken desires. "What if we explored this?" he whispered. My response was cautious. "Only if it's honest." The storm outside mirrored our inner tempests. Raging, unpredictable. By morning, power flickered back intermittently, but no rescue came. We listened to a battery radio, hearing reports of stranded motorists, community rallies for aid. It reminded me of broader struggles. LGBTQ rights eroding in some states, families torn by intolerance. Alex opened up more, revealing he'd volunteered anonymously at Pride events, fearing exposure. "I want to live openly, but the cost." I challenged him gently. "Isn't the cost of hiding higher?" Our debates grew heated, touching on societal pressures. Marriage equality wins juxtaposed with rising hate crimes. In Denver, a recent incident at a gay bar had sparked protests. Alex had attended incognito. "I felt like a fraud," he confessed. As the day wore on, a breakthrough. He called his sister via spotty signal, hinting at changes. Her support surprised him. "Maybe family's not all lost," he said, hope flickering. But tension peaked when I found an old photo in his wallet. A woman, inscribed, "Love always." "Ex-fiancé," he explained. "Keepsake." Jealousy flared. "You're not over the facade," he countered. "It's a reminder of what I don't want." The argument escalated, voices rising over the wind. "You can't have it both ways," I yelled. In the heat, he kissed me. Sudden, passionate, but I pushed back. "Not like this." Regret washed over his face. "I'm sorry. I care about you." The moment hung, fraught with potential and peril. As we retreated to silence, the storm's fury seemed tame compared to ours. Regret lingered in the air like the scent of burnt wood from the overstoked fire. Alex's kiss had crossed a line, blurring friendship into something raw and undefined. I avoided his gaze the next morning, focusing on melting snow for water. The cabin felt smaller, our entrapment a metaphor for the emotional snare we were in. Outside, the world was still buried under white, but a distant hum suggested plows might be near. Hope mixed with dread. What would freedom mean for us? Alex broke the silence over coffee. "About last night. I overstepped. The isolation got to me." I nodded, but words tumbled out. "It's not just that. You're still in the closet. Alex, back in Denver. Would you even acknowledge this?" His jaw tightened. "I'm trying to figure it out. Coming out isn't a switch I flip." The debate reignited, delving into societal rifts. In America, where Supreme Court rulings protected rights one day and states chipped away the next, personal choices carried weight. Think about the kids you mentor, I argued. They look up to you. Living authentically could inspire them. He paced, frustrated. Or it could make me a target. Remember the bakery owner down the street? Outed. Lost half his business to boycotts. Truth hit hard. Our community was divided. Progressive enclaves amid conservative strongholds. I'd faced discrimination at my firm, subtle demotions after mentioning a boyfriend. Alex's fears were valid, but so were my needs. I can't be someone's secret, I said softly. Midday, we cleared more snow, working in tandem. Physical exertion eased tension. Shared grunts and laughs rebuilt bridges. Back inside, he shared a vulnerable memory. His first crush on a high school teammate, suppressed under family scrutiny. Prayed it away for years, he admitted. Therapy helped, but scars remain. Empathy swelled. My own journey echoed. Therapy after my parents' rejection. Building resilience. We deserve better, I replied. As afternoon faded, a radio update announced roads clearing by evening. Panic flickered in Alex's eyes. What happens when we leave? I met his gaze. We decide. But no more hiding. He nodded, resolve hardening. We spent hours talking futures, dreams of travel, careers unshackled. Tentative touches returned, hands clasping in quiet solidarity. You've awakened something in me, he confessed. But doubt persisted. Evening brought a call from his mother, signal strengthening. I overheard. When are you settling down, Mijo? We want grandchildren. His response was evasive. Hanging up, he looked defeated. See? It's complicated. Anger surged. Complicated is code for cowardice. Are you ready to fight for us? Or just this bubble? The fight exploded. Accusations flew. Me pressuring him stringing me along. You think it's easy? He shouted. My heritage, my faith. It's all intertwined. And mine isn't? I retorted. I lost everything coming out. But I gained myself. Tears glistened in his eyes. I envy that. The standoff lasted hours. As night deepened, exhaustion won. We shared the couch, bodies close but hearts distant. In the quiet, he whispered, I don't want to lose you. Then choose, I replied. Morning brought salvation. A plow's rumble. We packed silently, the cabin's warmth a fading memory. Outside, rescuers greeted us. Neighbors from nearby towns, buzzing with concern. Alex and I exchanged numbers, a promise to talk. Back in Denver, reality crashed. At home, I unpacked, mind swirling. Alex texted, Safe? Missed the cabin already. I replied cautiously. Days passed. We met for coffee, awkward under public eyes. He was affectionate in private, distant in crowds. Give me time, he pleaded. But time bred impatience. At a neighborhood gathering, he introduced me as the neighbor who saved me in the storm. No hint of more. Hurt festered. Confrontation came at his place. This half-life isn't enough, I said. He agreed but hesitated. My family's visiting soon. I can't drop this bomb. The impasse deepened. Friends noticed my distraction. One, a fellow gay man, warned, closeted guys break hearts. Protect yourself. Societal echoes amplified. News of anti-LGBTQ bills in legislatures. Protests in cities. Fueled my resolve. We could face it together, I urged. Alex wavered, torn between love and legacy. A turning point. He attended a support group with me, anonymous. Hearing stories mirrored his own. Maybe I can, he said afterward. Hope reignited. We shared stolen moments, walks in parks, dinners in. But the secret weighed. When his parents arrived, he asked for space. Just this visit. Betrayal stung. Alone, I questioned everything. Was love worth the wait? The wait stretched like the endless Colorado winter, cold and unrelenting. Alex's parents stayed a week, and during that time he went radio silent. I threw myself into work, coding late nights to drown the ache. Memories of the cabin haunted me. His touch, his confessions, the promise of something real. But reality was harsher. A man divided, society pulling the strings. When they left, he showed up at my door, eyes shadowed. "I'm sorry. It was hell pretending." We embraced, but forgiveness came slow. "How many more pretenses?" I asked. He vowed change. Starting small. Told my sister everything. She's supportive. Progress, albeit incremental. We dated quietly, navigating Denver's dual face. Vibrant queer scenes downtown, subdued suburbs. Dates involved hidden spots, avoiding mutual acquaintances. It chafed, but his efforts shone. Reading coming-out stories, therapy sessions. Yet conflicts arose. At a work event, he brought a female colleague as cover. "Clients expect it," he explained later. Jealousy boiled. "And what about what I expect?" The argument revealed deeper fissures. "You're pushing too hard," he accused. "Not everyone's timeline matches yours. And yours is glacial," I shot back. Reconciliation followed, passionate debates turning to tender apologies. But external pressures mounted. A local scandal erupted. A prominent businessman outed. Career ruined by conservative backlash. Alex panicked. That could be me. I countered with stories of triumph. Celebrities thriving post-coming out. Communities rallying. Risk brings reward. He nodded, but fear lingered. Our relationship deepened emotionally. Sharing dreams, vulnerabilities. He spoke of redesigning lives together, perhaps moving to a more accepting city. San Francisco? We could start fresh. The idea tantalized, but roots held us. My job was stable, his firm prestigious. Uprooting meant sacrifice. Midway through spring, a crisis hit. Alex's firm landed a big contract with a faith-based organization, known for anti-LGBTQ stances. "I have to play along," he said. Outrage flared. "By denying us?" The fight was brutal. "You're asking me to sabotage my career. And you're sabotaging our future." He stormed out. Days of silence followed. I confided in a friend who advised cutting ties. "You deserve someone proud." But love persisted. When he returned, contrite, he revealed he'd turned down the contract. For us, elation mixed with worry. "What now?" "Repercussions," he admitted. Whispers at work, sidelong glances. But liberation flickered. He came out to a colleague, then another. Momentum built. At a pride event, he held my hand publicly, a small act monumental. "This is Jake," he introduced me. "My boyfriend." Joy surged, but backlash came swift. His parents called, furious after hearing rumors. "This is a phase. Think of the family." The confrontation was heart-wrenching. Alex defended us tearfully. "This is who I am." Disownment loomed, but his sister mediated. Partial acceptance emerged, strained, but a start. Society's mirror reflected. Online trolls targeted him after a social media post, but allies rallied. Our story sparked debates in local forums. Was coming out obligatory or a personal choice? As summer bloomed, we faced a pivotal decision. Alex's firm demoted him subtly, citing fit issues. "Time to go," he decided. We planned a move to Portland, Oregon, a haven for queer couples. Packing boxes, excitement mingled with nostalgia. "The storm started this," I mused. He smiled. "And we'll weather more." But not all was resolved. Doubts whispered. Had I pressured him? Was authenticity forced or genuine? In our new city, challenges persisted, job hunts, cultural shifts. Yet together we thrived. Alex volunteered openly, inspiring others. I coded with renewed passion, our bond an anchor. Reflecting, the journey's drama underscored life's complexities. Love versus legacy, self versus society. Portland welcomed us with open arms, its rainy streets a fresh canvas for our lives. Alex found work at a progressive architecture firm, embracing his identity without reservation. I landed a remote gig allowing flexibility. Our apartment overlooked the Willamette River, a symbol of flowing forward. but scars from the past lingered, occasional arguments resurfacing old wounds. "Do you regret it?" I'd ask on tough days. "Never," he'd reply, pulling me close. "You gave me courage." Our story became a quiet legend among friends, the storm that sparked a revolution. We hosted dinners, sharing experiences with others navigating similar paths. One guest, a young man in the closet, confided in Alex. "How did you do it?" "With support," Alex said, glancing at me, and realizing hiding hurts more than facing fear. Societal echoes continued. National debates on LGBTQ rights, from bathroom bills to adoption laws. We marched in prides, advocated locally. Alex's family thawed slowly. Holiday invites came, tentative but real. "Proud of you, Mijo," his mother said one call, voice cracking. Yet not all endings were tidy. Mark, my ex, reached out via social media apologetic. "Heard you're happy. Good for you." Closure came in deleting the message. Forward, always. As years blurred, our bond deepened. Anniversaries marked by cabin revisits, storm memories now fond. But reflection brought questions. Had the secret's revelation been inevitable or storm-induced? Did societal pressures justify delay or excuse inaction? In quiet moments, I'd wonder about alternate paths. If the blizzard hadn't hit, would Alex have stayed hidden? Would I have remained alone? Life's drama taught resilience. We built a community, mentored youth, challenged norms. Alex published an essay on coming out later in life, sparking controversies. Some praised vulnerability, others criticized late bloomers for perpetuating closets. Debates raged online. Is it selfish to come out on your terms, risking others' hearts? Our answer: love demands truth, but timing is human. One evening, watching a storm from our balcony, Alex turned to me. "That secret, it made my heart tremble, but revealing it set me free." "Mine too," I agreed. The journey's end? Ongoing. But in each other's arms, we found peace amid chaos. Was it right for Alex to wait until the storm forced his hand? Or should he have revealed his secret sooner, regardless of the consequences?